Hi, I'm Tierra Bonaldi with Global Pet Expo TV. As the greatest 3 days in the pet industry come to a close, we caught up with attendees to see what they got out of Global Pet Expo. Thousands of buyers are here to stock their shelves for the year ahead. For pet store owners, this is the place to be for business.
We have a very small shop, but we are just now expanding into a bigger place, and so we needed to really stock up on and see what was really new.
We bought a lot while we were here. We stocked up for the next few months, but then if down the road certain things sell well or certain things we think about, we're like, I think that really would have worked, then we've got the materials to come back and do it.
Global just gives us the opportunity for people to play with our toys, see how much fun it is, see what they're going to look like on the shelf. So I think, it's one thing to see a brochure, but when people can really see what this is going to be and how fun this brand can be and how much fun they could have selling this brand, that's how it makes a real impact for all the retailers.
If it's new, it's at Global Pet Expo. We caught up with attendees to find out what trends they're seeing in the industry that are represented here on the show floor.
What we're seeing a lot of is a lot of these gates, not only gates, but actual furniture that fits into your home with a lot more style than just like something plastic, right? So there's a lot more style, it seems, to cat and puppy furniture, I think, than there ever has before. Like we've seen a couple of Murphy beds, like a little cabinet that you pull down and it's a Murphy bed.
The natural trends have been growing, obviously, for the past 3 or 4 years, but more so even now we're seeing that consumers are educating themselves more on ingredients. What we've done in our Beyond line, which is pretty unique, is we use a lot of superfoods. So we use carrots, sweet potatoes, high quality proteins like lamb, venison. So you're seeing a lot more unique ingredients.
We're now seeing people being able to interact with their pets in a whole new way. We know where they are, we know what they're up to, we know how they're feeling, we can see what they're doing at times when we're not there. And that is a really cool experience.
Being a part of Global Pet Expo is just one benefit of becoming a member with the American Pet Products Association. Pet professionals gathered in the APPA booth on the final day of the show to learn about the many other perks that come with membership. If you'd like more information on becoming a member, visit AmericanPetProducts.org. Women in the pet industry were inspired by the captain of the United States women's soccer team at the Professional Women's Networking Breakfast. Christie Rampone is a 5-time world champion. I had the pleasure of interviewing her on the stage. We talked about maintaining the balance of work and family and the challenge of being a woman in a male-dominated industry. Global Pet Expo's Carrie Ferenac caught up with Christie one-on-one.
Thanks, Tierra. Christie, so inspiring. I'm so glad you were here. You had so much advice during your conversation with Tierra. Tell us what really one takeaway is you want folks to take away from your presentation.
I think today it's just about having the women empowered and being confident to take a step in the right direction and be in a more leadership role, maybe getting out of their comfort zone and getting into the industry in maybe a higher position than they are right now.
Fantastic. That's not always easy, right?
Yeah.
And I know one thing you talked about that I go through too is that balance between being a mom, being a wife, and work. What's your advice on that?
I think it's important to have the balance because you can't get too focused on one thing, and you have to have that great balance in order to be more successful in each, whether it's, parenting and being in the pet industry. But if you focus too much on one, you'll lose that energy and that optimistic perseverance that you need to continue on.
I loved what you said. Be all in at what you're doing at that time, right? All right, tell us about your pets. We want to hear about your dog.
Yes, my dog Rooney right now, he's a fox red lab, really tall, big, aggressive, fun to be around. Can't imagine having a house without a pet, and Rooney brings so much light and fun and just happiness when you come home to that tail wagging and the kisses. There's nothing better.
We love to hear that here at Global Pet Expo. So Christine, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Tierra, back to you.
Thanks, Carrie. The numbers are in, and this is officially the largest Global Pet Expo ever. APPA Executive Vice President and COO Andy Darmohraj announced some record-breaking numbers at a media luncheon Friday sponsored by Affilius and the new .pet domain extension. Here's the shakedown. More than 3,200 booths represented by almost 1,100 companies stretched over the nearly 1 million square foot exhibit hall. About 6,000 buyers came from all over the world for this one-stop shop of the best in the pet industry.
We have a staff of 20 people that works basically all year long to make sure that the show gets put together and comes across the way the industry expects for it to happen. So it's very gratifying when we see that the show numbers are growing, both on the exhibitor side and on the attendee side. We already started working on next year's show, so we have some really cool ideas that we're planning, some things that are going to make the traffic flow much easier now that the show is getting bigger, and also a few things to improve the attendee experience as well.
That's a wrap for all of us here at Global Pet Expo TV. We'll see you next year.